A guard at Buckingham Palace has been fined after failing to turn up to a shift after drinking too much rum and falling asleep on the floor, a court-martial heard. Farai Mabasa, a lance sergeant in one of the most senior infantry regiments in the British Army, was supposed to turn up to his position at 2 a.m. but made the very bad decision to have a drink with a colleague in the barracks. Mr Mabasa, a member of the Grenadier Guards, should have been relieving one of his colleagues who had to call the 36-year-old in an attempt to find him. But it was met with no response, as Mr Mabasa had fallen asleep and missed the entire night shift. Eventually Mr Mabasa, of the Nijmegen Company Grenadier Guards, was found passed out by another guardsman on the floor near the Wellington barracks. When he was ordered to return to the palace later that morning, he arrived smelling of alcohol, reports the Telegraph. Farai Mabasa fell asleep on duty. Image, Solent News Photo Agency, Getty. The lance sergeant initially pleaded guilty to 2 charges of unfitness through alcohol and failure to attend for duty and was demoted in rank and sentenced to 7 days detention. But this punishment was overruled after an appeal hearing at Bulford Military Court in Wiltshire. The father of 2, who arrived from Zimbabwe aged 14 in 2000, was instead fined 14 days' pay, approximately £1,365. The court heard that the incident took place on August 12 this year, while the late Queen was on her summer holiday in Balmoral. Read more. Prince Harry would be absolutely devastated if King removed key role Farai Mabasa drank too much rum, the court heard. Image, Solent News Photo Agency. Prosecuting Flight Lieutenant Charlotte Adams said Mr Mabasa had finished one shift at Buckingham Palace at 10 p.m. and was due to return at 2 a.m. She said, his colleague checked on his room and the guardroom but Sergeant Mabasa was not there. He tried calling him every 5 minutes but he didn't answer his phone. Instead, the colleague stayed on guard for the remainder of the shift. Sergeant Mabasa was found asleep on the floor. He had been out drinking. He was ordered to report back to Buckingham Palace at 8:30 a.m., where he stumbled into the guardroom smelling of alcohol. He was deemed unfit for duty and sent back to Wellington Barracks. She continued, the aggravating feature here is that Sergeant Mabasa is an experienced serviceman and should have known the implications of being under the influence during the course of duty. Don't miss Prince Harry in Too Deep with deals as Sussex's hands are tied. Comment Prince William's coronation tipped for major changes. Insight Prince Harry choosing his own happiness with new memoir. Opinion Farai Mabasa failed to turn up for his shift at 2 a.m. Image Getty. Trending defending Alex Rinn said LSGT Mabasa had been using alcohol as a crutch, but since the incident, had started attending Alcoholics Anonymous 3 times a week and accepted the destructive influence it had. Mr. Rinn said, LSGT Mabasa is deeply ashamed. He knows he has done wrong and is rightly being punished. Due to return to Queen's Guard at 2 a.m., he made a bad decision, a very bad decision, to have a drink with a colleague. He was drinking rum and fell asleep, that's why he didn't answer his phone. General Darren Reed, a judge advocate, told Mr. Mabasa, we deem this to be serious considering the rank you held at the time. Your unfitness for duty is equally serious. We see this as a willful disregard for your duty, you rendered yourself unable to perform. You cannot be detained because of your rank. Consequently we quash that sentence, you will be fined 14 days' pay, approximately £1,365. Mr. Mabasa will retain his current rank.